Why are y'all so angry? You have the White House, you have both houses of Congress, you have a Supreme Court that is completely obedient to your president. They're willing to give him unlimited power. They're willing to say that he can take SEAL Team 6 and kill anybody he wants. They were willing to affirm that. You've banned Black history. You banned the 1619 Project. You don't have to compete with women for jobs. You've chased them out of the military. I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand it. I don't mean to rant and rave, but I am genuinely trying to get to the bottom of what you all are so angry about. Why are y'all so angry?
Hi guys, welcome to yet another video. It's Ndagere here. Thanks for clicking on today's video. This is something that I really landed on. I have to share it with you guys. This is a question that our sister Joy Reid was asking MAGA people, or these racist people that do not want to see other people happy, or that just don't mind their business. Like, what do they want, especially in a time of where they mostly control everything. Let's say in America, they are the ones in charge. They have the largest or biggest number in seats or Congress. They have their president. Every rule or policy that is passed because their leader that they wanted is doing that. Like, why are they angry? She's asking, like, MAGA, what is the issue? Why are you so angry? You people, what do you want? Everything is in your favor. You can literally get away with anything as a palm person in America. Why are you still angry? What do you want? And I for one, I think these people have not really adjusted or got into their minds that they can no longer take back Black people in the times where our ancestors were treated as nothing. Because in this time of today, no, we are not our ancestors. Yes, we come from our ancestors and they fought for us to be here today, but we will not accept to be treated as our ancestors were treated. We deserve better. We know better. We are learning better. We are worthy of everything that we desire because we earned it. So the hate that these people carry is beyond understanding. But yeah, guys, listen to what she said. I loved it, and what other people also had to say about it. Yeah, come back, let's talk about it.
Why are y'all so angry? You have the White House, you have both houses of Congress, you have a Supreme Court that is completely obedient to your president. They're willing to give him unlimited power. They're willing to say that he can take SEAL Team 6 and kill anybody he wants. They were willing to affirm that. They're willing to say that ICE can racially profile anybody they want. The United States Supreme Court has said you can racially profile Latinos based on their accent or the way they look. You guys have everything you want. You have legal racial profiling. You've ended DEI. You've ended affirmative action. You get all the best jobs, even if you're not qualified. You can be a Fox Weekend host and be the Defense Department's Secretary of Defense. You can be Kash Patel and be a podcaster who wants to go to Valhalla and run the FBI, as long as you're conservative. You have everything. Why are y'all so angry? What the fuck are you angry about? You've banned all of our books. You've banned Black history. You banned the 1619 Project. You don't have to compete with women for jobs. You've chased them out of the military. You've chased them out of the senior positions in the Department of Defense. You've gotten rid of all the Black history in the museums. Museums are terrified. I have contacts that I'm talking to inside of the Interior Department, people who are running all of those spaces where you can go and see a Civil War memorial or something. The people who work in these places are terrified. They're afraid to tell the real history. The people who are working for the federal government are afraid to say the word Black. You guys have canceled Black scholarships. You're damn near, I guess, ready to get rid of HBCUs. Donald Trump just recently said they're not going to fund any minority-serving institution. Y'all have gotten rid of that. You've gotten rid of help for Black kids to go to college. What more do you want? What are you so angry about? I go every so often, I go and look on X Twitter. Y'all are the maddest people ever. Y'all are so angry for people who have everything. Y'all said you want your country back. You have it. The rest of us are sitting back and trying to keep our peace and preserve our peace while you all are running the country. If the airlines are crashing, that's you. That's the people you wanted to run the United States government. The FBI, y'all are laughing at them on X Twitter and saying that they look ridiculous. That's your FBI. They've purged the people who made the FBI what it was. It's not what you wanted. You have your podcasters running the FBI. You have your friend from the real world running the Department of Transportation. That's what you wanted. There's no longer a gay guy there. The gay guy's gone. The gay guy's at home with his kid and his husband. He's not in charge anymore. The Department of Justice is what you wanted. It's your Justice Department that won't release the Epstein files. If you're mad about the Epstein files, you shouldn't be mad at me and the left. You need to be mad at Donald Trump. You all have the country. You run every red state like it's already Project 2025. You won't let women have abortions in Texas. They're literally dying of sepsis. That's what you wanted. You wanted women to have only 6 weeks to get an abortion in Georgia. You got it. You wanted Texas to be a petri dish and a laboratory for every right-wing, anti-Black, anti-gay, anti-trans idea. And you also got rid of vaccines. Every child in Florida is now going to go to school with kids who could give them measles, mumps, and rubella and COVID. That's what y'all wanted. You now have a paradise in Florida where you can get sick, cough on people, let them die of whatever disease you're carrying. It's almost like you've got the pilgrims again that can come and cough on all the natives and take them out. That's what you wanted. You got it. You wanted Florida to be that. It's that. You wanted the United States to be Florida. It's that. But yet you all are still so angry. I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand it. I don't mean to rant and rave, but I am genuinely trying to get to the bottom of what you all are so angry about. And I think I have a suspicion and I have a guess. What you all are angry about is that while you have gotten everything you wanted on the right, we on the other side won't give you love for it. We won't respect you for it. We won't hail you for it. We won't respect you and say, hey, we want to, have you at the Oscars. We want to fet you. We want to make you guys, we want to wrap our arms around you. You want us to embrace you. You don't just want to run us and tell us what to do and tell us what to think and tell us what to read and tell us what history we can have. You don't just want to tell us what to do. You want us to embrace you. What you really want is to sit at our table. You're mad because while you are running the country into the ground, you're destroying your own farmers with tariffs. You're destroying your own farmers by taking away their subsidies that used to go with USAID. You got what you wanted. They've ended the farm subsidies. These are the things y'all asked for. You got your big, beautiful budget. That's what you wanted. Trump gave it right to you. You got your permanent tax. You're still pissed because the left, the other side, the majority, we still cannot stand you. We cannot stand Christian nationalism. We don't want it. And because we will not say we want your Christian nationalism, we embrace your Christian nationalism. We like your Christian nationalism. We like you. Because we won't do that, that's why you're still mad. But guess what we're going to keep on doing? We're going to keep on being moisturized and unbothered, and we still not going to like it. We're never going to like Christian nationalism. We're never going to accept it. We're never going to be down with it. And our squad is bigger than your squad at the end of the day. We have the Puerto Ricans. We got the Mexican Americans. They done woke up. They said, whoo, Lord, let's go ahead and go with these folks. We got the spicy whites. The spicy white folk are with us. They're with us. Right? We got the Asian Americans who woken up and said, whoa, we better be with them. Right? Chinese Americans, they see you. Japanese Americans like, you're going to do internment again? We see you.
South Koreans
like, oh, we see you. Y'all gonna kick the South Koreans out. Now you're going to cry because Georgia's going to have a worse economy because you're not going to get to have the South Koreans teaching y'all to have those high-tech jobs. The South Koreans are like, oh, well, sure hate it. Africa's like, we're just going to do business with each other. We got bricks. We don't need y'all. Tourists are like, we don't need y'all. The African Americans, the Caribbean Americans are getting together and said, yo, why are we fighting each other? Caribbean Americans are like, yo, we were y'all. We've been hip hop together. Let's go off. And you're mad at us because we do not want to be with you. This America you want, that's yours, y'all. You keep it. We don't want it.
Right is angry. They're always angry. They've been angry since anyone can remember. They were angry when the Union won the Civil War and they had to give up their slaves. They were angry when Reconstruction gave their former slaves the right to vote. They were angry when black soldiers came home from World War I and World War II and insisted on being treated with dignity, having fought for their country. They were angry about jazz music becoming more popular, and then about rock and roll. They were angry when black children tried to integrate schools. The whole history of the American right, whether they called themselves Democrats, Dixiecrats, or Republicans, is a history of rage. And even having, quote, taken back their country, unquote, by putting Donald Trump back in the White House and unleashing Project 2025 on all of us, deleting affirmative action, DEI, black history, black scholarships, black held jobs in the federal government, having driven women out of the military leadership and ended everything from farm subsidies to foreign aid, while getting away with an actual insurrection, scot-free. They're somehow still angry. And because Q and I work in this space, and I'll speak for you, Q, we know that this is an exceptionally short list of things that these people find a way to be outraged about. Somehow everything is attack on them. Everything is an attack on their values. Somehow everything is an attack on their fiscal interests. Somehow doing anything that helps anybody that's not them is too much. But, you know, bailing out corporations and all this sort of stuff. Hey, we have to remain it's so strange how the justifications for the moves that they're made are often fueled by anger. And I think that for a long time, I kind of suspected that it was true. Then I started to kind of work in this space. and see that it was true consistently. And now to see Joy kind of put it on full display, like, okay, here we are on the other side of Trump's election, on the other side of the better half of Project 2025. And these folks are like, it's Civil War time. They're calling in bomb threats to HBCUs. On and on and on. Just angry. It's kind of a moment where, I think a sobering moment where we recognize that there may not be, I should say, I don't want to speak in absolutes because these are people and these are our countrymen, for better or worse, but there may not be a version of reality for folks on the right and the far right that really feels like happiness. It just is something that is constantly elusive to them because they've already won in the biggest possible way, and yet and still, you know, and I know what you're going to say, so that's why I'm leaving it open-ended right that, but and yet and still they find a way to be angry.
Joy Reid, they're upset because they have not been able to put us back in shackles. They have not been able to unalive us and put us back into slavery. That is why MAGA is upset. They don't give a shit about taking away DEI. They don't give a damn about rewriting history. They don't give a damn about sending immigrants back to where they came from, quote unquote. The reason they are still enraged is because they want us back in slavery. They want us in shackles. They don't have servants. They don't have nobody they can unalive at will and get away with it. They cannot be their ancestors right now. You see every last one of them asking for civil war, asking for Donald Trump to give them the green light, asking them to be activated in the name of Charlie Kirk, who stood for what? For exactly what they stand for. White people on top and everyone else at the bottom. Until the right-wing MAGA people are able to unalive us without having any repercussions, they will not be happy. And the fact of the matter is they've been doing it, just not at the rate they want to. So Joy Reid, they're never going to be happy. They're not going to be happy until they see us working in fields, sitting in squander, praying that we don't get sold the fuck off. Let's be real. Civil war is all about that. Taking power from everybody else and for them to be up at the top. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that shit out. Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to divide the country, trying to rewrite history as using Charlie Kirk as a man of God instead of looking at Charlie Kirk as a person that used God to spread hate. That's what it boils down to. Removing all brown people from this country and putting black people in shackles where they feel like we belong.
I saw a video on TikTok that really echoed a question that keeps running through my head about MAGA. Donald Trump was reelected as president of the United States of America after 4 years of Joe Biden. Republicans control the House and the Senate, and Republicans are a fully consolidated party under Donald Trump's thumb. They will do whatever he wants. It's now far more socially acceptable to be an out racist, an out misogynist, an out transphobe, homophobe. If MAGA believes the propaganda that they're hearing on Fox News and from the Oval Office, they really think that they're getting everything that they voted for. They really believe that Elon Musk found waste, fraud, and abuse, despite the fact, well, they haven't seen the reports showing that actually the illegitimate Department of Government efficiency cost Americans billions of dollars while firing countless federal workers and destroying all kinds of programs and funding and grants and things that actually make our lives better. But they really believe they got waste, fraud, and abuse taken out of the federal government. They really think that ICE being expanded and immigrants being rounded up is great for them. They really, really believe the rhetoric of the regime that ICE is snatching up gang members, violent thugs, violent criminals, and sending them out of this country. They really believe that Donald Trump is making them safer. They really believe that he is making America great again. Project 2025 is advancing their goals. Christo-fascism is becoming normalized in the United States. So when I saw this video, I thought, yes, this is an excellent question for MAGA.
I must have missed it somewhere. What do they want? You know, America first, right? And barring just outright racism, I'm going to be generous and say that that's not what this is about. What do you want? Like, actually, we're still going to pay taxes. All right, that's never going to go away. You want them to give us nothing? Like, what is it that you're after? Because it's America first. Take care of America. Take care of American people. How? With what? You don't want healthcare? You don't. Okay. Because you don't want to give it to people that aren't working for it out of your paycheck. Okay. So they're not going to stop taking taxes. What do you want? What do you want? I don't get it. No nutrition benefits, no medical, no assistance at all. You don't want it because you don't want other people to have it. So what do you want? What am I missing? Yes, it is the racism. Is it the race?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a significant component of it is the racism, right? That's why one of the first things the Trump regime did was get rid of DEI, aka Institute White Supremacy. This video came out right around the time that they were trying to push through the big, nasty, bloated budget bill, which has since become law, which is going to cut SNAP benefits for America's poorest children. There are school lunch programs that have been gutted again for America's poorest children. We are seeing farmers who cannot sell their crops and their commodities. We are seeing tens of millions of Americans about to lose their health care through Medicaid. And we are seeing hundreds of hospitals and even more clinics around the country that are going to be closing. And the middle class, like, our taxes are not going down. It's the super rich who are getting a big tax break. For many middle class Americans, many working class Americans, our taxes are going up. So we could talk about this America First policy and this, isolationist rhetoric that the regime uses. Authoritarians always really love isolationism. They want to separate, like your abusive ex-boyfriend who wanted to separate you from your friends and family. Donald Trump wants to separate Americans from our allies, from connection to the global community. That's intentional, but also the things that the regime is doing don't put Americans first. They don't take care of us here in this country. A lot of this America First rhetoric was going around when we were seeing USAID being gutted, and just the tremendous inhumanity of MAGA saying that they were fine with 60,000 people dying from tuberculosis because USAID was stopped. They're fine with seeing hundreds of thousands, and it will be millions. This is the thing that I will bring up over and over again, because of all of the horrible things that are happening. We keep forgetting that hundreds of thousands of people have already starved to death or died because basic medical care was taken away from them when Elon Musk destroyed USAID. And that number is going to climb to 14 million. We're taking away SNAP benefits from our poorest kids. We're taking away healthcare from tons of people. The economy is in the toilet. We now have more people looking for work than there are jobs in the U.S. The regime is doing everything it can to undermine workers' rights, protections for workers, fair pay for workers. Donald Trump is trying to systematically dismantle FEMA and say, it's up to your state. If you have a tornado or a hurricane, flood, good luck. But we're still paying our taxes. We're paying more taxes than we were before. So what are we funding? America First at the expense of the lives of millions of people around the world. But we're still not putting America first. We're just putting the oligarchy first. Hundreds of millions of Americans are measurably worse off. Again, a lot of them, a lot of folks here, especially if they are MAGA, they're not necessarily experiencing the pain yet, or they are still really invested in their sunk cost fallacy, right? So they're like, it hurts right now, but just over the horizon, just in a couple of weeks, Donald Trump's going to make America great again. I'm going to be prosperous any day now, y'all. Any day. He's going to make us great. He's going to make us amazing, awesome. I'm going to live in the lap of luxury. I'm going to be a billionaire any day now. It's all of that sunk cost fallacy that keeps them going, keeps them believing. But if you take a step back and say, okay, you guys got everything that you wanted. You have the political power. Donald Trump is trying to do the things that you think are going to make America great and put us first. So you should be happy because there are policies being implemented that you are advocate. You wanted them. You control the White House, both houses of Congress. Your social norms are being advanced. The people that you want to hurt are being hurt. But you're not happy. You're still really angry, still really unhappy. And then earlier today, I saw Joyanne Reid, who is a journalist that I have tremendous respect for, said this.
Why are y'all so angry?
Love her content. But she brought up the point about the Supreme Court, and I hadn't thought of that yet. That whole episode, great, go watch it. She's absolutely right. It's not just the presidency. It's not just both houses of Congress, the Supreme Court, the uber conservative majority of 6, and their unethical use of the shadow docket. Joy is saying the same thing that I said and the same thing that other creators said earlier. Like, what do y'all want? Why are you still so angry? They're just full of rage, unbridled rage. They're just itching to brutalize other people. They freely dehumanize other people who don't have their same politics or their same skin color. And they're just so anxious to hurt other people. Why is that?
As you've seen in the video, that is what happened and what people are saying about, the question that was asked. And oh my God, I also don't understand, like, why would someone be so unhappy in a world where everything is moving in the way that they wanted? Immigrants are being kicked out. The DEI was, revoked. The constitution is being played around with. The president can literally just, go and order the army to go and invade cities, because, it is possible. As a palm person, you can literally just go and do anything and it's okay. And recently there was a lynching that I'm going to talk about in the next video of black, men, that is not even like talked about, like it's not an issue. It's so crazy, like everything is in their favor, but they are still unhappy. They are still unhappy. And I think the reason why they are not happy at all is because everything they created in America revolved around black people's pain, around other people's pain. But now that these other groups of people, especially black people, are not reacting to any reform that has been put in place by this administration, they do not have a playbook on how to handle that situation. And it's just mind-blowing to me, like, it shows that America cannot function without the harassment, the putting down of the black community, because that's what built America. The pain of black people is what built America, and it's what gives white people kind of energy. I don't know. It's just absolutely ridiculous that these people cannot function without seeing other people in pain. It's just crazy. They don't know how to handle America without black people involving themselves. Everything they've been doing since Trump was put in place was to trigger black people so they can probably put a civil war. I mean, with Charlie Kirk, we see that they are trying, or they've been trying to push like a race war or kind of a war, amongst people in America. And it's not happening because black people are like, this is not our fault. We did not involve ourselves. We did not do anything. Let's mind our business. And it's just not okay in the eyes of palm people because they are used to just survive on black pain, and it's not given to them. So they don't have that handbook. Like I said, they don't know how to handle the situation or how to run America if there is no oppressed group, especially the one that they were used to or are used to, the black community. And it's satisfying to me. It is satisfying that my people are standing on business and not giving their energy to these people because they don't deserve it, never deserved it, and don't deserve it, and are not gonna deserve it. I don't know. Guys, let me know what you think about my sister's questions. Also, let me know what you think about this. Like, what do these people want? Literally, what do they want? Guys, that is it for me in today's video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I'll see you in another video. Bye.